Two people have been arrested in connection to a robbery earlier this month on Madison's east side. On April 20th, Madison police responded to the 2700 block of East Washington Ave. And this here is one of the suspects on your screen. The cashier of that business told police that they saw the suspect hiding bottles of alcohol, but ran away when confronted by the cashier and another person pushing that cashier out of the way to make sure that the suspect here could have run away. Both are facing robbery charges, among others, including felony bail jumping.